Yeah.
But yeah, Sam will take it away with the $2,000 checks.
Yeah. Okay. So this is our last story, and it's more about the recent oh no, I would say controversy, but yeah, definitely a debate around Joe Biden and his American Rescue Plan, which is a bill to address the containment of coronavirus and the economic recovery of this fallout. Um, yeah, the overall cost of this plan will be around $1.9 trillion, and it will address multiple issues such as employment benefits, rental aid, expanded childcare, and the direct payments, which was initially slated to be $2,000. And I'm not going to go into detail of all of these different aspects, but a lot of it is expanding on already established programs, or just additional funding, for example. So, or expanding the dates of it. Um, but I wanted to focus on the direct payments, because that was the big issue. Because, for example, leading up to the Georgia elections, as you said, it was the big issue was around the $2,000 direct payment, and Ossoff and Warnock, they both ran on the direct $2,000 payment, saying that if they both won, that direct payment will be sent directly to every home in America as soon as they become in office. But in this recent deal, they've actually cut the direct payment from 2,000 to 1,400 um, in dollars in direct payment, and this has caused a lot of uproar between more centrist Democrats and more of the progressive Justice Democrats. Uh, I'll personally say for myself, I think this definitely the optics of this U-turn is not a good look because, um, as I said before, the Georgian runoffs, both of those candidates relied on the $2,000 check as the main message for voting for them. As you can see on the screen above, you can see Warnock's advertisement, which he said, "Want a $2,000 check? Hashtag vote Warnock."
Yeah.
So it's clear that that was one of the main issues ahead of the elections. Um, so yeah, as I said, it's kind of created a backlash with the progressive and centrist Democrats. Like, for example, Cory Bush tweeted, 1,400 does not equal 2,000 on Twitter. And then AOC, Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, also responded to that. She responded to a tweet from Jeff Stein, who works at the Washington Post, who said, Rep. Ocasio Cortez says Dems should pass 2K on top of the 600 from December, rather than add 1,400 to get 600 to 2K. And then in the quotations, $2,000 means $2,000. 2,000 does not mean 1,400. AFC tells us. And then she adds on to that comment saying unemployment benefits should be retroactive too. So yeah, this definitely shows definitely in disagreement within the party, and a lot of the centrist justification for this is that it's just a 14, like the 1,400 is to add on to the 1,600, which would then in turn,
The 600.
yeah, this will in turn equal to $2,000, which we promised. But as you can see throughout the donations, I mean, throughout the elections and the runoffs, the even after the $600 payment was passed, they still said 2,000. A separate another 2,000 will be passed. So I think they're definitely going back on their word, and yeah, it does. I don't think it looks good on their part to backtrack, and it just gives the Republicans more ammo to aim at them. But yeah, what do you guys think of that whole issue right now?
I would just say quick, like, it's important to point out as well that obviously we're very welcoming of this 14,000 $1,400 check going to these Americans because it's the debate, like the way that the debate's been framed in the US is like absurd. In the UK we've had furlough, so the government, well, I guess has been this the amount the government has been paying for the wage, each company for their wages and stuff. It varied over time, but at least for the first couple of months of the pandemic, the government was covering up to 80% of the wages, right? And during with the furlough scheme, and the U.S. they had a one was it $1,000 payment or $2,000 payment in the first for the first stimulus check.
I think was it 1,000?
1,200 maybe it was. And anyway, regardless, not enough. A one-time payment. And now they've gotten to this point, gotten a $600 payment as well. But for months and months and months, people haven't had any payment. They've been laid off. The U.S. reached the highest unemployment in the pandemic of around 40 million, which is unreal, unbelievable numbers. and it's framed between, oh, are we going to give them just literally $600 more, like sorry, $1,400 dollars more, and like that whole debate's absurd. So yeah, I would just say they've ran on $2,000. If they want it to look good, they want to show how if you vote for Democrats you'll actually get things, they should stick with the $2,000. And yeah, so that's what I'll say on that front.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, the same. I don't have a huge amount to add, just apart from the fact that, as you're saying, if they're running on a pledge and a promise, then like they have to deliver on this. They have a short kind of period of time to really capture like the media and public opinion within those first days in office. And I think if already we're seeing U-turns or like equivocation on what they actually meant, what the exact figure was when you kind of like consider everything, then it's not a good look and it's not going to buy them faith. And just being purely the alternative to Trump, it will not be enough when in office. So yeah, I mean, I agree with kind of everything you've both said on that
Yeah,
point.
that is, yeah, what you said there is spot on. And the Democrats, like, they have to really understand that they've got to, they can't, well, they can't just have this half measure of as you said, just being the alternative to Trump. They're gonna have to build their own identity, and the Biden presidency, if it wants to actually escape this whole Trump Trump entanglement with Trump, I guess, which we see now, and which Biden has said, look, we want to move on from. They're gonna have to build their own identity from just being the alternative, as you point out.
Yeah.
Also, adding on to that, Republicans had a pretty, quite a field day trying to paint out Biden as some communist socialist who's going to destroy the U.S., all that kind of stuff. And what are they going to be saying when he's already, before even trying to get into office, before getting into office, he's already trying to, trying to regress on things, on more progressive policies, which he's advocated before previously. So also that's a whole other aspect to this, I would say.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I don't have much else to add, but yeah, it's just crazy to think like yeah, it just doesn't. I don't know why they would want to backtrack on the recent promise, especially after all these months of hardly any support for the American people, financially speaking. So yeah, I just don't think. I don't know. Yeah, the optics are not good, as I said, and yeah, I think this is an issue that's going to face the U.S. and the U.K. With finding the leadership, finding their identity and how to channel the conservative party, respective conservative parties, and yeah, I think the stakes are quite high in this sense because if Joe Biden sticks to how the Democrats have functioned since Bill Clinton, for example, I don't think it's going to be successful in like turning people away from Trump and towards perhaps more the Democratic Party, for example. So I mean, they definitely need to think of a strategy to how to push their cause and actually have strong opinions on certain issues and state their claim. Because I mean, in this climate, if you don't properly address these issues, then there's going to be more and more resentment towards the party in power. So they like Starmer and Biden alike. They need to think of this problem they face.
Yeah, definitely. If Rachel, you have nothing else to add, then yeah, I guess that is Systems Reimagined, episode 4 completed. Yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Again, if you enjoyed the podcast, the episode, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and we'll see you guys all really, really soon. Thank you, and yeah, bye.
Thank you.